weren't pounded. They were stuffed. We just had gloves on, and we just stuffed the tires with dirt. And by the time you load the whole building up, it's all crunched together, and it can't go anywhere because the steel belted casing won't let it. And actually, those buildings are quite, they're as good. In some ways, they even could be better, because there's more melding together than these will allow. So it's definitely, it's against everything that engineers, they're always designing to resist nature. Well, it's the same way with the roof and catching water. You design a roof to shed water. They can't get on to the fact that a roof is designed to catch water. We usually want to protect ourselves from nature rather than invite it. But you find that when you invite nature, it's more powerful than any power plant or nuclear power plant or anything that's ever happened. So that's what we're finding out, and that's basically what we're doing, is just saying the thing is, we live in it, all of us, and it's just, I've been doing this for over 40 years, and still, when I go home next week, it's going to be February, early March. There's going to be driving snow. It's going to be super cold. I'm going to get out of the truck and go into my house, and my nostrils and my tongue are going to be trying to freeze on the way in. When I get into the house, I'm going to go, damn, this feels good, And it's with no fuel. It's like a cozy home with no fuel. It still blows my mind. And when people come, it works the other way with cooling. You have to know the dynamics of it, but it's the same thing. You walk in, I've had people do the same thing. In the Phoenix building that we have, I had a big wealthy guy from Colorado come down, and he got out of his BMW and walked toward the building, and he broke out in a sweat because it was over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and he was just cooking from his car on the way to the building. He got in the building and said, "Don't tell me you don't have air conditioning in here." And we don't. It stays the comfort zone. And without fuel, in ridiculously cold or ridiculously hot climates. And yeah, you can, we know a lot of tricks to make sure, and we try to get them out there. And that's what we're basically doing, is just saying this works for us in every way. If a lot of people were doing this is the only way it's really affecting us, because we're not going to pound every tire. We're not trying to sell every building. The way it's going to affect us, and it has already, is if you're in a community and you've got, 500 tomatoes that you grew and nobody else has got any, you're in trouble. You're not safe. You're insecure. But if you've got 100 tomatoes and everybody else has got 102 tomatoes around you, and they're probably saying our tomatoes are better than yours anyway. So the thing is, if everybody around you has comfort, whether you're a country or a person, if everybody around you has got the same comforts and the same sustenance that you have, there's, maybe that's heaven. I don't
National
know.
security, equality, equal distribution of wealth, and there's enough for everybody.
Exactly, there is enough for everybody. So that's
Just got to know how to use that.
Grandchildren.
Yeah, then we're not, like when I look at what's going on in Australia, in a fantasy world for me, I fantasize going to India and China, showing them this with, a massive undertaking of showing this to them, so that they don't need Australia's coal. Or uranium or anything, and then Australia's not getting mined to ship it to India and fracked all the gassing, fracking, and all that stuff. I mean, that's ruining the quality of life here to sell resources to a country. And I know both of those countries, I've been there, they don't need it if they had this. And so it's a way you can, it's going to take a lot to do something like that. That is definitely a fantasy. But even the way it is.
The truth, because they're such astute entrepreneurs, and they know that that's where the market is in sustainable energy, and India and China are both way ahead in promoting and marketing that technology, and they're gearing up towards being the biggest in supplying them, the whole countries, their countries, and outside sourcing of sustainable energy.
We're also changing periods now. We're in a transition.